This dataset we didn't have much luck with because we couldn't actually pass the edf.events files. Apparently it's a common issue. I don't know if it's only an issue with all the data, but yeah, there's something wrong with it. And yeah, if anyone knows how to solve it, do let me know. Then we can do more with this particular datasets. Otherwise, we'll be looking at other datasets, primarily open access on the PhysioNet. Yeah, open datasets. Might actually get the pod to review this and actually potentially choose one that might be useful for us. So yeah, let me know if there's any questions.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the deep dive. If you've ever felt like you're just swimming in data, trying to figure out what's genuinely valuable, or maybe just really fascinating, then you know the feeling. How do you actually find those hidden gems, those insights that make you pause and think, wow, okay, I never saw it that way before? Well, today we're doing just that. We're diving deep into an incredible collection of sources, open medical and physiological signal databases. And we're not just looking for data that's, useful. We're hunting for the stuff that's genuinely interesting, the kind that reveals something surprising about us, about our bodies, about how we interact with the world. So our mission today, uncover those surprising facts, those maybe unexpected applications hidden in these databases, help you see the huge potential they hold. We've got this amazing catalog to work from. It really is like a treasure map for data nerds, covering everything from ECGs to brain activity, posture, you name it. So looking through this list, what immediately strikes me is just the incredible variety. I mean, when most people think medical data, they probably picture heart monitors, blood pressure cuffs, that kind of thing, right?
Right, the standard stuff.
But this collection just blows that wide open, shows you how much more our bodies are constantly telling us.
You've really hit on something key there. What's so fascinating, I think, is how these databases capture the really subtle signals, the powerful little whispers from the human body and how it interacts with everything around it. It makes you ask, what unique perspectives do some of these offer? Things you just wouldn't get from a standard medical chart.
Okay, let's jump right into some of those unique measurements then, the ones that go way beyond the heartbeat. We've got one here called a pressure map dataset for in-bed posture classification. So this isn't about your usual vital signs. It's capturing continuous pressure sensor data. 13 people, different sleeping positions.
Interesting. So pressure maps.
Yeah.
What's the surprising thing there?
Well, what the data seems to reveal is pretty specific. These tiny pressure shifts during the night, they seem surprisingly crucial for really restorative sleep. It suggests that even minor tweaks in mattress design or how someone's positioned could make a huge difference for sleep quality, especially if they have mobility issues.
Wow. That's a level of detail you just wouldn't get from, say, a fitness tracker counting sheep. That's a perfect example of that granular insight. And building on that, think about this one. Continuous cuffless monitoring of arterial blood pressure via graphene bioimpedance tattoos.
Graphene tattoos. Okay, no, that sounds futuristic.
It really does. But it's actual research. They're using these tiny graphene sensors on the wrist. It gives raw-time data for 4-channel bioimpedance signals, basically measuring electrical signals in the tissue, along with continuous blood pressure and PPG. That's the light-based heart rate thing, from 7 subjects.
At least 7 subjects.
Yeah, it's a small group, but what's compelling is even with just 7, the continuous readings are hinting at individual blood pressure patterns, like during sleep or activity, patterns that you'd totally miss with just occasional checks in a clinic.
Right, the usual snapshot versus the whole movie.
Exactly. It's moving towards this truly personalized view of cardio health, a continuous story, not just isolated moments. That feels like a big shift.
Okay, this next one really gets me thinking. How much does our environment, like the music we listen to, subtly mess with our heads or help them? It's a multimodal data set for investigating working memory and presence of music.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. Multimodal, so lots of different signals.
Yeah, it combines FNIRS data that's functional near-infrared spectroscopy, using light to see brain activity with stuff like skin conductance, heart rate, PPG, all collected while people did these end-back memory tests. But here's the twist. With music playing.
Okay, so not just resting state.
Right, and this data set lets you actually analyze how something as common as background music might be, subtly helping or hindering our focus, our processing power. It's a pretty cool insight into our daily cognitive performance.
You're right. That's fantastic for looking at environmental effects. And there's another one that touches on this interaction too. The body sway when standing and listening to music modified to reinforce virtual reality environment motion. Bit of a mouthful.
Yeah, just a bit. What's the core idea?
Well, the data showed that when music was tweaked, subtly changed to match the motion someone was seeing in a VR headset, it actually increased how much their body swayed, even though they were standing perfectly still.
No way. So the music tricked their body.
Kind of. It shows just how deeply linked our physical responses are to what we perceive, even if it's virtual. Taken together, these data sets let you explore that subtle dance between our senses, our bodies, and technology. It's kind of surprising how easily our physical state can be nudged by perception.
It really is incredible how specific some of these get. Let's shift gears a bit. Some databases seem designed to really understand specific human behaviors or conditions. Give us that objective window into, well, what makes us tick, like this one, the stress recognition in automobile drivers database.
Yes. Driving stress. Relatable.
Totally. They collected all sorts of recordings from healthy people just driving a set route. You know, we've all felt that stress. Someone cuts you off. This data set isn't just theory. It's trying to quantify that real everyday stress in a dynamic setting, which gives unique insights into how our bodies actually react under real-world pressure, not just in a lab.
And it's not just external things like traffic, right?
Yeah.
They also let us pinpoint reactions to very specific internal states, like the electrocardiogram, skin conductance, and respiration from spider-fearful individuals watching spider video clips.
Oh, wow, that's specific.
Very specific. And the data was used to build an algorithm to detect anxiety levels in real time, just from biosignals.
So reading fear from the body's signals.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
And the compelling insight here is how these objective signals can potentially quantify something as subjective as a phobia or maybe even generalized anxiety. It sort of points towards personalized, real-time mental health tools that go beyond just asking someone, how anxious are you?
That is powerful. And speaking of complex states, this one sounds intense. The behavioral and autonomic dynamics during propofol-induced unconsciousness dataset.
Yeah, that one's fascinating.
It tracks multiple signals, heart rate variability, skin conductance, using some advanced stats, point process indices.
Right, complex analysis.
From 9 people getting propofol sedation, controlled unconsciousness.
And the striking thing there.
How the data can actually map that journey into unconsciousness and back out again. It's like peeking behind the curtain of awareness with objective, measurable data.
Exactly. It gives objective insights into these really complex states that, used to be mostly about just clinical observation.
A big leap.
It really highlights that shift, moving beyond subjective description to actual measurable, analyzable data for understanding and maybe intervening. And this includes super specific things too, like the effect of deep brain stimulation on Parkinsonian tremor.
Right, measuring tremor velocity in Parkinson's patients getting DBS.
Yeah, and the data there quantifies just how much those targeted electrical pulses can directly reduce those debilitating tremors. It's direct evidence of the treatment working, signal by signal.
It's clear that precision can lead to surprising insights, but then sometimes it's just the sheer scale that's mind-blowing and opens up different doors. We also see these massive clinical databases. They offer a whole different kind of insight, don't they?
Absolutely. Scale matters.
The MIMIC family keeps popping up everywhere in our sources. MIMP3, MIMP4, the ECG one, the ED one.
They're giants in the field.
Huge collections. Physiological signals, clinical data from tens of thousands of ICU patients. The volume alone is just staggering.
And what's so valuable about MIM, it isn't just the size, though that's huge, it's how comprehensive they are. Take the MIM4 ECG module. It has something like 800,000 ECGs from nearly 160,000 unique patients. That scale. It lets researchers dig into critical care physiology, look at outcomes in a way that's just impossible with smaller sets. The big question this kind of data helps answer is, how do we use all this interconnected information? How do we find those subtle diagnostic clues or optimize treatments in ways that really change patient care?
That's where machine learning really comes into play, I guess.
Definitely. It's fertile ground for AI in healthcare.
And it's not just critical care either. There's the PTB-XL dataset, large public ECG database.
Right, another big one.
Over 21,000 ECGs, nearly 19,000 patients. And crucially, annotated by cardiologists with 71 different classifications.
Which is vital for training algorithms.
Exactly. An incredible resource for studying arrhythmias, maybe spotting rare conditions. And then there's the Essentia 11K single-lead continuous raw electrocardiogram dataset. 11,000 patients, 2 billion labeled heartbeats.
2 billion.
The surprising power of these massive data sets, I think, is finding those super rare patterns or subtle things the human eye might just miss, even an expert's eye, which is why they're accelerating this hyper-accurate diagnostic AI development.
Precisely. These large-scale data sets are absolutely critical. You need them to develop and, just as importantly, validate advanced algorithms. They let us spot patterns, anomalies that are almost invisible in smaller studies. Take the chest mask database, for instance. Over 650,000 chest x-rays uniformly annotated with segmentation masks.
Segmentation masks, so outlining specific areas.
Exactly. Done using an advanced AI model, hybrid gene, with quality control built in, those masks are vital for training AI in medical imaging. Makes the AI smarter, more accurate, more efficient at diagnosis.
So it's like human expertise combined with AI, but at a massive scale.
Right. Creating resources for medical imaging innovation that, frankly, just didn't exist before. It's pretty remarkable.
Okay, shifting focus again slightly. Beyond pure medical conditions, some data sets are tackling really fascinating areas, like human-computer interaction, or even big social issues.
Yeah, the applications get broader.
The EEG motor movement imagery dataset from 109 volunteers, or this big P3 BCI dataset, brain-computer interfaces.
BCI, yeah. Paving the way for direct brain control.
That P300 signal they mentioned in the BCI one, that's the brainwave spike when something unexpected happens, right?
It's the one. A kind of aha signal from the brain.
And these datasets are showing, quite uniquely, I think, just how precisely those brain signals can potentially be translated into commands. For assistive tech, for neuroscience, it pushes boundaries.
Indeed, BCI datasets are right at the cutting edge. Assistive tech, understanding the brain, showing those direct links between thought and action, mediated by tech. But here's one that feels particularly thought-provoking, maybe even vital, for its societal impact. Q-pain.
Q-pain. A question-answering dataset to measure social bias and pain management. Okay, that title says a lot.
It really does. It directly confronts this critical question. Do unconscious biases, maybe around race or gender, actually influence how pain is treated?
How does the dataset do that?
Well, it's designed so researchers can swap in different patient profiles, different races, different genders for the same clinical scenario, and then see if the decisions about prescribing pain medication change based on those profiles alone.
Wow. So it's designed to reveal bias, if it exists.
Exactly. It offers a measurable way to see if systemic inequities are baked into clinical decisions. It's a powerful use of data to potentially uncover and address unfairness in healthcare, finding a path towards more equitable care. That feels incredibly important and maybe one of the most interesting applications we've seen.
So what's the takeaway from all this? It's clearly not about finding the single best data set, is it?
No, I don't think so.
It's more about appreciating the unique angle each one offers, the challenges, the opportunities, from understanding how music affects our balance to mapping unconsciousness to detecting potential bias in prescribing painkillers. These databases are like windows into incredibly complex systems. They give us these glimpses, these insights we just didn't have before, showing that interesting isn't just about size. It can be in 7 subjects with graphene tattoos or 2 billion heartbeats. We've really journeyed through an amazing collection today. Open medical, physiological signal databases. We've seen data showing nuances of sleep, hidden signals of anxiety, the complexity of brain function, even that potential for bias in medical decisions. Each one, big or small, clinical or experimental, it offers a unique lens, a different way to view the human experience, often with surprising and deeply impactful insights.
And, knowledge is really most valuable when it's understood and applied. These open data sets, they democratize access. They give everyone the raw materials for scientific discovery. It creates this fertile ground for innovation across so many fields. Accelerates research by making complex info available to, well, anyone with the skills and curiosity to use it. Turns potential into actual progress.
Thinking back on all these, what really stands out to you? It feels like the surprising facts are just scratching the surface sometimes.
Definitely. They hint at deeper connections, maybe applications we haven't even thought of yet. We're just beginning to unlock what's hidden in there.
So that leaves us with a question for you listening. If you had access to any of these incredible data sets, what big question would you try to answer? What new insights could you maybe uncover? Something that might change how we understand health or behavior? Or maybe even humanity itself? The future of discovery, it seems, really is in the hands of those willing to dive deep.
There is a human in the loop, just in case you have any questions or want to let me know which dataset you like. And you go check out the website that we are making.
Everything we do is available freely on BioniChaos.com. Please consider supporting me on Patreon, and don't forget to gently click like, subscribe, and comment.
Gently. It's the important one. This is obviously VO3. So you have to listen to what the robot is saying.